Ready to press that and it's gonna stay right? I'm 15.
What time is it?
Damn, boy, look at the time over there. 2:26.
And how old are you?
Yeah, 13.
13 and you out here at 2:20?
Yeah,
Where you live?
Me, I live in Harlem.
And why you down here? Where's your mother?
Hanging out. I don't have a mother.
Everybody has a mother or we wouldn't be here. Where's your mother?
She's gone.
Where's your father?
He's gone too.
So who you live with?
With a friend.
And you too?
I live with my mother in the Bronx.
And y'all just hanging out like this?
Hanging out right there inside.
But a lot of these kids that I meet now, they come from such sad backgrounds, you know, broken homes or no home at all.
With their kind. They want to be gay, you know.
It's probably just like the community. In a religious community, they want to pray together a lot, right? Well, this gay community, they might want to, or they want to be together. They treat each other like sisters and sisters, or brothers, or mothers, or, you know, like I say, oh, that's my sister. Because she's gay too, now I'm gay. And she's a drag queen or whatever. This is New York City. And this is what the gay life is about. Right?
Be like that in the world.
The society, they going to a football game, basketball, that's their entertainment. Yeah. You know, a ball is ours. We prepare for a ball. We may spend more time preparing for a ball than anybody would spend preparing for anything else.
Exactly.
You know, a ball is like our world, you know.
Balls to us is as close to reality as we're going to get to all of that fame and fortune and stardom and spotlights.
I'd always see the way the rich people lived, and I'd feel it more, you know. It would slap me in the face. I'd say I'd have to have that because I never felt comfortable being poor. I just don't. Or even middle class doesn't suit me. Seeing the riches, seeing the way people on Dynasty lived, these huge houses. And I would think these people have 42 rooms in their house. Oh my God, what kind of a house is that? And we've got 3. So why is it that they can have it and I didn't? I always felt cheated. I always felt cheated out of things like that.
Hi. Sorry this video is late, and sorry that I didn't really complete the full assignment. I guess like Victor, I'm pretty lost in the process myself, and that's really what I could grab onto from that, the young degenerates. But on to the assignment at hand. Okay, so basically my thoughts on cultural appropriation and what is and isn't cultural appropriation are like, when I first started thinking about it, it was kind of like a, you know, that quote that's like, I don't know what good acting is, but I know it when I see it. Or I don't know if it's acting, but I heard it today as acting. So I'm gonna use it like that. Yeah, I just, I couldn't really wrap my mind on it. Like, I don't know what cultural appropriation is, but I know it when I see it. And I started thinking about it, like, how people argue that, like pretty much everything is cultural appropriation because it came from, like, the Greeks, Romans, like, somewhere in Europe, somewhere, like, way back in the ancient days, and, like, it's been adapted and adapted and adapted to what we have now. And I was just thinking about that because I was like, oh, wait, what do I think about that? Are they right? And I was like, in my heart, I know that's ridiculous. Like, but I couldn't really wrap my mind around it. And I started thinking about, like, plays, because in theater history we were talking about different adaptations of Medea, and how there's like a million different adaptations of Medea, and there's like a anthology of 7 plays, and the anthology is called Black Medea, and it's 7 versions of Medea where she's a person of color, like in different situations. Like in one she's like an African princess, and another she's a voodoo priestess, and another it's like a black drag queen. yeah, so Medea's kind of become like almost a template for people to add on to. And I guess the question I get out of that is like, when does a story become that? Like, when is it a tale as old as time? And like, is everything based on the bones of something else? Like, can we... I'll move on to the next question now. How I feel about telling other people's stories and like when we're allowed to tell other people's stories, all that stuff. Part of me wants to say that like I talked about this with Atlee last year, one day when we were walking up the stairs of the CAF. I don't know if she remembers, but we were talking about like races, like in... Was it races or like characters in general? Oh, I think it was characters in general, like what characters you're allowed to play. And she said something like, I think if you can feasibly see yourself in that story, then like you're allowed to play that role. Like if you can see those things happening to you or can relate to the feelings, then you can play that role. And that's like, yeah, I guess with feelings it works kind of. But like, I think experiences are kind of universal. So what it would boil down to for me is like race with playing a character would be the biggest thing I look at first. And that's kind of, yeah, that's what's blocking me with the text of Kurban, is that, yeah, I'm not that race. I could see myself in that situation, whatever it would be like for me. I guess I would be like leaving Mexico. Yikes. Yeah, I think we're like using the text very literally also, and that's what's blocking me. Because the experience of Kurban, I think anyone could get on board with. It's like the themes in the ancient plays that we're adapting these days. So yeah, my suggestion like on Saturday was to like take the bones of it and adapt something from there. A theater event that has changed me. What I can think of is was it junior or senior year? I think it was senior year of high school. Senior year of high school, I went on a trip to see Knee-High Theater Company's production of Tristan and Isolde, and it blew my mind. I was changed after that. It was the first time, and like honestly the best time, that I've seen like physical theater so beautiful, so like intricate, so engaging. It was very like contemporary style of storytelling. Like it broke the fourth wall, but it wasn't presentational. But like it was presentational because people were like flying from the ceiling and like climbing up poles and singing songs. It was crazy, and I'm taking a lot of inspiration for like my gesture from it. Yeah, I really liked that it was so funny. Like sometimes I was like, my abs hurt because I was laughing so much, but the end had such a big punch that I was in disbelief. And it literally shocked me and the entire group of like the like high school group I was with. Yeah, it was like, people say this a lot about things, but it was a real roller coaster. And like my reaction to Tristan and Isolde is kind of what I want Boko people to have, but in a different way. I've noticed about this school, and because like I think about it like for myself too, like because I'm an actor and I do the work of acting, I think a lot, the work of acting, I like do this training. It really revolves around the self and like checking in with yourself, seeing how you're doing, how do you feel about things, and not really taking the time to think about others or like problems other than your own. So I really want like this show to bother people. And I really want them to feel like the need to talk about it with other people. I think about my cousin Victoria's reaction to The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I showed her that movie when she was like, I don't know, I want to say 10. And she was like really in shock. It bothered her so much. Like she knew what the Holocaust was, but didn't know like how horrendous it was. And it really bothered her, and she wanted to talk to people about it, and she wanted to learn more about it. And yeah, that's what I want people to leave the show doing. But I don't really know what I want to bother them about or what we're aiming to bother them about, really. So I hope things get cleared up soon.